Welcome to RV and Travel Adventures. My name is Jesus Manuel Menagarza. I hope you're doing fantastic wherever you're at. In this edition, I'm going to be giving my opinion. I'm going to be doing a little bit of analysis on my next move. Originally, I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area. Then I moved to, Monterey Bay Area. I lived in Salinas for a while. I lived in Santa Cruz for a while. And then eventually I moved to San Francisco, and that's where I met my wife. And from there we moved to Texas, and then we moved to Southern California, and now we're back in Texas. So we're thinking about moving again. We're planning to move again, maybe in about 2 years. We like DFW, we like the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but we prefer certain amenities and certain values in other regions and parts of the United States of America. So that's the plan. We're planning to move in about 2 years. So we have plenty of time to get this show on the road. Again, 2 areas that we're considering: San Antonio, Texas. Why would I want to move to San Antonio, Texas? That's where my parents are from. Both of my parents, my mother and my father, are from San Antonio, Texas. Absolutely fabulous area. The best city in Texas, in my opinion. Why do I think it's the best city? Because my values and my family history is in the region. It's because of what's called Tejano culture. It's a regional culture. Just like if you go to New Orleans, there's a regional culture. You go to New York and certain neighborhoods, there's a certain regional culture, etc., etc. So South Texas has its own culture, and it's called Tejano culture. And my parents migrated during the 40s from South Texas to move and work in the San Francisco Bay Area. So I am not, averse to living in San Antonio. We're also considering, again, living in Northern California. We would like to live in San Jose. We would like to live in San Francisco, next to my brothers and sisters, next to some of my friends. But they all live in multi-million-dollar homes because they bought them when they were around $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. And now those homes, my brothers, sisters, friends, all live in very nice, super expensive homes in Silicon Valley, San Francisco, San Rafael, the list goes on, Sacramento. So I'm planning to move a little bit north, where it's a little bit more affordable. Cities like Redding, California, Chico, California, and with a little luck, maybe Arcata, California. Arcata, the problem with Arcata is that it's not a big city, and inventory is very small, very tiny. Sometimes they have a single wide available for like $300,000-$400,000, and they have this estate for going for like $2 million. So I would like to get something on the low end, but not a single wide. Just call me crazy. I want something, small home in Arcata would be very nice. That would make my wife super, super, super happy because she likes the beach. She likes the cool weather, and we like the old hippies that live in the Arcata area. We've been to the square, hung out there, and it's wild and crazy. Okay, we can deal with it. And of course, Humboldt State University is in Arcata, and my wife likes to go to academic events, lectures, music presentations, the list goes on, and we both go together and hang out there. Redding is known as the fishing capital of California. Very nice. Excellent, trout fishing. Excellent. Absolutely fabulous salmon fishing. We really like that. And of course, Chico is an absolutely beautiful college town. Chico State University is just, in that community. Have a beautiful public, swimming area, and they have the mountains. Of course, Redding and Chico are right next to the Sierra Mountains. Wow! We love the rivers, we love the lakes, and we love the mountains. So I can go camping down there. Again, I'm an RVer. This is an RVing channel. I don't want to go anywhere where I can't go do some RVing and some camping. So just an hour away, I can be camping. I can go to Whiskey Town Lake. I can go camping. Very, Very nice. Go to Shasta, do some camping around that region also. Of course, between Chico and Redding, headed towards the Pacific Ocean, there's all kinds of fabulous areas to do some camping. And I've done that camping. I really enjoy that area. Again, I can't afford San Francisco, living next to some of my friends down there. I can't afford San Rafael, living next to some of my friends down there. Mill Valley, super expensive. And of course, when I went to visit friends and familia, we went to SoCal, visited them, and I go, man, that's a nice house. It's also very expensive. And just down the road, we went to visit his familia, and very nice. Carmel, I absolutely adore Carmel. And of course, I went to visit my sisters up in the Mount Hamilton area of Silicon Valley. And of course, they have little ranches. Both sisters have ranches down there. Can't complain about that, huh? But I can't afford to live there. So that's harsh, really. So again, my brothers, sisters, cousins, my daughters live in the region with their husbands. And of course, my grandchildren live in the region. One of my daughters, I went to her graduation about a couple weeks ago, and she's going to my old alma mater, San Jose State University. So I have a lot of family and a lot of connections down there, and I'm always down there visiting folks. So I have a lot of connections. And of course, driving from Chico, Redding, or Arcata is, just a couple hours, and I could visit, go to a party, hang out, a bar mitzvah, whatever. I can be down there, christening, etc., etc. Another graduation. So I love the area. Again, the main reason I like the Bay Area is because of my familia is down there and my friends are down there, and because of the mountains, the lakes, the rivers, the clear, cold rivers, and the streams, and of course the Pacific Ocean. Very nice. I love that sort of stuff. I like to go fishing. And I'm a solitary person anyway, so I don't mind going fishing by myself. Just go by the river and just tossing in my line, hanging out, going up in the mountains, camping a little bit. My wife's busy visiting her friends in San Rafael or something. I can go by myself in my RV and just do some camping in the Sierras and fish at some lake. Caples Lake, Silver Lake, Lake Tahoe. The list goes on and on. Whiskey Town Lake. I know of all those. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic, fantastic lakes, rivers, and stuff like that. Fun times. Of course, if I want to have a coffee, I can go have a coffee by myself. I don't need to have 20 people hanging out with me and having a long conversation. I can hang out by myself, just read a book, check up on the news. Fun times. I can see myself in that environment, and I don't mind all the old hippies, all the old lefties on the left coast. I don't mind them. I like them, in fact, okay? So in San Antonio, it's a bit different. Again, it's my culture, the food I'm used to, the music I'm used to, the complexion of the people I'm used to, all that sort of stuff, and the arts I'm used to. A lot of old friends have moved to San Antonio. People I've known at UC Berkeley, they moved back home to San Antonio. People that lived in San Jose are now living in San Antonio. So we can hang out a little bit together, but I'll, never assume that your old friends are going to want you to hang out with them, because they have their own families. They have their own friends. They have their own business. They have a lot of things going on in their activities, especially if you're a smart person. You're always busy doing stuff. But, I can hang out with them once in a great while. But I like hanging out by myself. I can see myself hanging out at Mi Tierra in San Antonio, having a coffee, having a beverage. My wife and I going camping at Padre Island National Seashore. Absolutely fabulous. We've been down there many, many times. Tent camping, truck bed camping, and, RVing. We've been in RVing in Port O'Connor, Port Aransas. The list goes on. And, of course, the Guadalupe River State Park. We just came from down there this last end of summer. It was muy caliente, muy caliente. Weather-wise, San Antonio is hot. It's more hot than those cities I talked about in Northern California, specifically Redding and Chico. But Redding and Chico still get to 100 degrees quite a few days during the summer. Just San Antonio gets a few more extra days. We call them bonus days. Very nice. Very nice. Of course, Arcata's next to the ocean, and it's cool. I think it's about the high temperature today was 60 degrees. Today's high temperature in Fort Worth, Texas was 100 degrees. So San Antonio is super affordable. We just saw a house down there, I think it was around $400,000. Very inexpensive, two-story house in a nice affluent area of San Antonio. Beautiful, beautiful home, beautiful wooden floors. An area where you can park your RV. They already showed I saw the aerial photographs and it showed an RV parked there. And I go, hey, that's where my RV is going to be parked, right in that spot. So I love it. I absolutely love San Antonio. My wife and I are big on dancing. So we can go to the dances, the Tejano dances in San Antonio. They have them all the time, not once every 6 months, maybe once a year like they do in the San Francisco Bay Area and other Northern California communities. Again, when I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area during the 50s and 60s, there were clubs devoted towards Tejano culture because of the diaspora during the 40s, the 30s, 40s, to the region for jobs and opportunity. So there are a lot of clubs, a lot of Tejanos, a lot of Oklahomans living in the San Francisco Bay Area that moved to San Jose, again, for jobs. Of course, there's a reverse migration. Some of these people are going back to Texas for jobs and opportunities. It's a cycle. But again, a lot of Tejano events my mother would take me to in San Jose, California. Of course, that age group has passed on, and now that Tejano culture in the San Francisco Bay Area is minuscule at best. But if you go back to the roots of the Tejano culture, San Antonio, Texas, it's going gangbusters. A lot of fun. So my wife and I enjoy, again, what do we like to do? We like to go dancing. We like to go into events. We like to go into museums. And they got plenty of that in San Antonio. My wife grew up in Iowa, Minnesota, and she comes from both sides of her family are German American. So she likes to polka. And she has dragged me to every polka event in Texas, and there are plenty of them in New Braunfels, which is about less than an hour away from San Antonio, in Fredericksburg, which is a little over an hour and a half away from San Antonio, and of course Schulenburg, the list goes on. And we've gone to Czech events and other community events in Texas. Texas is rich in culture, very, very vibrant ethnic communities down in Texas. So that's my take. Again, it's more affordable in San Antonio. We can buy a bigger, more fancy house in San Antonio than we could in Northern California. So that's an option. But I wouldn't have any mountains, rivers, cool streams. Very nice, catching those trout or the salmon. I don't know if any salmon here in Texas. I doubt there are any salmon. There are some trout in certain rivers where the water comes out very cold. They throw in some trout in there just for the folks to do some fly fishing and have some fun. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I would greatly, 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 greatly appreciate it. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to ring the bell for future notifications of my various videos. And again, this video has been my opinion, and my opinion alone, my analysis of my move. It's going to probably take place in about 2 years, the spring or summer of 25. That's the plan. You know how plans go. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. So again, leave your kind and friendly comments below. Abajo, muchos gracias. Hope you enjoyed this video. From Fort Worth, Texas, maybe soon to be living in San Antonio, or Redding, or Chico, or Arcata, or Coeur d'Alene. Who knows? Maybe I might move to Boulder, Colorado for all I know. Gracias. Adios. Bye-bye.